Mahfadeh, thank you and good morning. I would like to call to order this regular board meeting of the Guam Educational Telecommunications Corporation, PBS Guam. Today is Thursday, December 19, 2024. The time is 12:33 p.m. As we go around the table, please state your name and position. Donovan Brooks, Chair.
Mariflor Herrero, Treasurer.
Judy Flores, Secretary.
Rosemary Clement, Member.
Sean Camacho, Acting Studio Supervisor.
Lorraine Hernandez, TV
What?
Operations Manager.
Yay! Ina Carrillo, GM.
Did that happen?
It just
Yes.
just this month. I should have put it in my report.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
2 weeks ago.
It took
Long-
just
long
12 years.
awaited.
Just 12 years to happen.
Good things come to those who wait.
Of course.
Exactly. And
I've
patience
been
is a virtue.
patient. It's okay.
Everything comes for those who know how to wait.
I'm like, it's
Congratulations,
okay.
Lorraine.
Thank you so much.
You too. All right. Call to order. Roll. Review and approval of minutes dated November 21.
Move to approve?
Motion on the floor to approve the minutes. Need a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Ina?
Okay. I'm just going to start with our archival project. John Leonguerrero and Nick Santos have been assigned to complete the archival project. They will be cataloging our existing media to include tapes, discs, reel-to-reel, etc., and prepare them for palletization and freight shipping. Once we send the media to American Archives, they will need about 8 months to digitize the library, and then they will return everything back to us with a drive with all the digital files. So we're working on that project. We started a couple weeks ago. We needed to procure like supplies like boxes and tape and bubble wrap and stuff like that. But as far as and that would be at our expense, but as far as the shipping is concerned, that's all part of the partnership. So the shipping and the professional work to get the digital files. And so we're excited about that. The Civil Service Commission issued a memo 289749 instructing all department heads to provide the latest staffing pattern, organizational charts, and functional charts to comply with their updating of their files. So Lorraine sent the information, so we are in compliance. Also, budget deadlines is on December 20th. All agency budgets are due. We are going to be in compliance as well. This year, this budget, just like last year, we're requesting to fill all PBS vacant and unfunded positions that we have on our staffing pattern. And basically, we need this to meet, the demands of running a modern station. We have a lot of positions that are unfunded, so every year we're just going to ask for them to fund it. So hopefully we get somewhere with that. Readathon has been extended to January 8th due to some challenges with getting the packages out to students. Some schools and middle schools were, or some schools were in the middle of like inspections. You don't know if you remember those inspections. Then schools were closed and stuff like that. So they were in the middle of that, and so we thought to be fair, we're just going to extend through the holidays and make the deadline on January 8th. I think the January 7th is like a Monday or Tuesday, but I think it's a teacher workshop, so the 8th is the first day of school. It gives the kids a little bit more time to collect pledges, so hopefully that will be a benefit to us. The next item is regarding FCC. In 2020, PBS was late in filing our FCC quarterly reports. This was a result of an oversight in workflow from employee churn in the programming department. Our previous traffic manager moved off island, and the person who filled her position was doing the reports but failed to upload them to the FCC report website. As a result, FCC was notified our lawyers that PBS would likely be assessed a fine, and this is all coming out this year.
This is what happened in 2020?
Yes, but it's just...
You mean it was a mistake? She made a mistake?
So what happened was Vicky moved off island. She was doing all of our reports. Do I name their names? No? Yes. It's not really her
Former.
training. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jerome took her place as traffic
TV
programming assistant. And so Jerome was doing the reports, but he was doing the reports and keeping them here instead of uploading them to the FCC website. And so when FCC was auditing us, they were asking for the reports, and we had the reports, they just weren't uploaded. And so they informed our lawyers that they will be assessing a fine.
Was there a penalty or?
Yeah, the fine. But anyway, so when our lawyer, that was last month, so when our lawyers told us about that, we said, okay, fine, let us know what the fine is and we'll pay the fine. And so we just got word on December 14th that the FCC law firm, from the FCC law firm, our lawyers, that the FCC came back and said that they proposed a settlement called a dissent decree in which they will not assess a fine or financial payment. Instead, Because of the late issues, they're just going to renew our application for 2 years instead of 6 years. So, but we are going to also be avoiding the fine. And so we'll be renewing our license every 2 years, so 2-year intervals.
This law firm is local or?
No, it's in DC. So I think that's good news. I mean, I think the fact that we said, okay, we know we messed up, that it was an error from the previous employee. Like, we did have all the reports that they asked. It was in a drawer, but it wasn't uploaded and it was on our servers, but it wasn't uploaded to the thing.
What does the report entail?
It's just our programming. It says, like, at this time we ran this kind of,
Making sure that we,
It's like our logs.
program's 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Is that like a
FCC
slap on the
rules.
wrist, like we don't trust you, so you have to do it every 2 years instead of every 6
No,
years?
it's like they gotta see that we are
We are
going to be
doing
doing that. Yeah, so we're gonna write an SOP. We're gonna provide training to the staff, and then they just need to see that that we're doing it, and we have been, because this is old. This is from 2020, but we have been doing it. It's just it takes time for the FCC to get back, I guess.
Is it normally a 4-year period?
Delay.
No, 4
Oh no, it's usually 6 years.
6 years
So
FCC.
after our lawyers have instructed us, after like maybe the first renewal, we can apply for a 6-year renewal. So basically, we gotta show them that we know
Good
how to
faith.
do it. Yeah.
But they did, our lawyers showed them that the reports were done. They were
Oh yeah, we did that like years ago.
Yeah, it was uploaded.
As soon as they told us that we were missing reports, we were like, no, we're not. So we went to go look for them, and then we emailed them to our lawyers, and they were like, okay, this is what you need to do. It needs to be uploaded to the FCC website, and and so we did that right away, and they're okay with. We thought that they were okay with it, but anyway. Earlier this year, they said they would come, or last month, they said they would have to fine us, and we said, okay, we'll pay the fine. And then I guess our willingness to pay the fine, they came back and said, no, never mind, you don't need to pay the fine, but we'll renew your license for just 2 years, and every year you can just.
If the station doesn't upload what they require,
website.
then they don't know.
They won't renew the
So-
license. Yeah.
I
But we
understand.
have been doing it. I mean, it's 2024 now, and we've been uploading it now for, every quarter we've been doing it. Michelle's rightly on top of everything. So it is what it is, and I'm just glad that we were able to get away from any penalty, actually. Okay. And then I guess we'll go back to the top and talk about the island-wide signal testing.
One question
Yes.
on the archival project. Are you going to take any steps to weatherproof the shipment? Just put
Oh.
put everything in a plastic bag. Put a bag in the box before you put the stuff in the box.
We could do that.
I'm just saying, if we're going to go through all this work to get it out there, we should really protect it on the way.
It's going to be palletized. So the shippers will come and put it on pallet, and I'm sure it's going to be all wrapped up. But we could make sure that
Let's
we could
take an
wrap the
extra step.
boxes or inside.
Put a plastic bag inside the box, and then put your tapes in, and then
Oh,
tape,
okay.
tape the bag.
Oh yeah,
shut.
we could do that. We'll get some contractors.
Contractor bags.
What do you call those? Trash
Yeah, I'm
bags.
sorry, what is
And
it?
Yeah.
The
We're just
tapes.
trying to
You mean
further
just
protect the
store
tapes.
them? You mean just to store them?
Because we got to put them in boxes, and then the shippers will come and put in a
Oh,
pallet.
that's right, we have to ship them.
Yeah, but we'll just, weatherproof it. Sean,
Yeah.
can you just have Nick do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the.
Are you not concerned about the moisture? Or?
Well, it's going to go in a container,
Right.
on a pallet in a
I
container.
remember, this is really old school, but when I was packing up every year in my classroom,
They are aware. And we've already asked
someone
them to
told
take
me and put mothballs in.
Well, there are a bunch of guidelines. It's like maybe like a 15-page instructional guidelines on
What
how
to
to
do.
pack each box
Yeah.
from
They-
American Archive.
They're very thorough about how they want it delivered. And in addition to that, this will be the second time we've done this sort of thing. I wasn't here for the first time, but there was a previous time when, about 10 years ago, Lauren?
Yes.
10 years ago, where we shipped out a bunch of tapes to be digitized as well.
Yeah.
It's
It's the bubble
Go to
tape.
all this trouble and have
then
something
the
be ruined
plastic.
would be.
Yeah, you have to do the
Catastrophic.
plastic. They have a set way they want it.
Okay. All right. Good.
So regarding the island-wide signal testing, PBS Production and Engineering completed the island-wide broadcast signal testing. Our team drove around village to village to test broadcast signal to determine any further needs to strengthen and harden our broadcast signaling offerings. Acting Studio Supervisor Sean Camacho will give you a briefing on the testing.
So, Kenji, can you please pull up the map? Thank you very much. So what you're looking at here is a map of Guam. Each point on this map represents a place we physically drove to, and using an TV in the back of the car, antenna possibly sticking out the window. So this is, to explain, this is not a realistic to somebody in their home setting up an antenna. This was probably, I would say, best case scenario because we had an antenna directly outside the car picking up the signal. So this is probably a best case scenario. So what you see is every point that is green on this map is a place where we received a clear signal over the air through the TV. Any point that is yellow or orange had a spotty signal where we were picking up some image, but it was not a steady signal. It was breaking up. And anywhere that is red on this map is a place where we received no signal whatsoever.
You mean like regular Channel 12?
Yes, Channel 12 over the air.
All those red people couldn't get it?
No. So I can go into detail on why that is. So the reason I use Google Earth to sort of show this is we can show a little bit of why that is the case. So our antenna is right here, this blue dot. It is here at the top of Barragata Heights. And you can see when it comes to the north, and that's where most north central, you can see there's most of. But as soon as you get south, you get that ridge line of mountains. So receiving our signal over the air is mostly line of sight to Barragata. If you cannot see Barragata or roughly see Barragata Heights, you cannot receive the signal. So a good example of that is one of the places that we tested that we thought was going to be able to receive a signal but wasn't was Nimitz over here. So Nimitz is a fairly high
That's where I live.
Yeah, so Nimitz is a fairly high location.
I don't receive this.
We have perfect service, don't you?
I don't. No.
Oh, you don't?
I don't have cable.
Yeah.
No, you
This is not cable. This is over the air, not cable.
Free
Public
TV.
radio.
This is free
Yeah.
TV.
I have
So
perfect
like,
service.
Over the air?
Like it used
No.
to be.
I don't have free TV either. I just have.
With the like bunny ear antenna.
I just
No.
have YouTube.
So that's what we're testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to make.
Yeah, just PBS over there. This does not pertain to the radio. The radio is a slightly different thing. This is only to the over-the-air TV.
Yeah, I mean, you mean
12, Channel 12,
regular
free
Channel
TV.
12.
Channel
Yeah.
12.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
But you have it through cable or through bunny ears?
You're way over my head.
Do you have cable with GTA?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't have cable.
You don't
I
have
turn
cable.
it off. I just have
Internet.
That's all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so you won't get the live broadcast on the internet.
Yeah.
But I get
So you can't get
YouTube.
Channel 12?
Sure.
And
that-
PBS.
PBS in
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Mary
Yeah.
Floor, you cannot get PBS on your television?
That's because I don't have cable.
Yeah.
I had cable,
Yeah.
which I never watched, so I say never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was saying, so you can see here, this is a point we tested here at Nimitz Hill, and you can see that hill where top of the Mar is blocked between Barragata Heights, the blue in the back, and this area. So this area, despite being relatively high up, cannot generally receive our television signal because of the mountains in the way. And that pretty much
Do you receive it?
No.
Yeah, but
I
she
have-
gets it on cable.
Oh, you get it on cable.
No,
in
it's
cable.
perfect.
Yeah. And so when it comes to the south, because most of the south is rather mountainous, it means anywhere on the western half of the south is relatively cannot receive
you can't have
the
it?
signal over the air. In addition,
You have cable?
oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I only use it for PBS and.
Yeah. So in addition to testing our own signals, so this is all the places that we received our own signal, we scanned for other over-the-air television signals to see if we could pick up. We did it only twice, once in Manila and once in Barragata Heights, but those are, relatively speaking, some of the places we should pick it up best. And we're not able to pick up any signal from any other over-the-air channels. So as far as we can tell, we are currently the only ones providing over-the-air television as far as this testing goes. Yeah.
Now, what can we do as a station in order to have these people who cannot receive our signal?
We need a repeater in the south.
Yes, which would be millions of dollars.
Looks like it looks like it's another tower with a repeater, like
Yeah.
almost like a router. Think about a router, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like an antenna.
Yeah.
We cannot ask PBS
We can-
to help us?
Oh, they wouldn't help us.
We had one in Mauricio, but
No?
because of the typhoon Pamela, that went down. Yeah.
We'd have to fund it. We might be able to find some federal grants for it, but it would probably be $3 to $5 million.
Yeah. In addition, one of the things I might want to say is due to the mountainous nature of the South, wherever we put it might still not be able to service the people who are missing out on it. So like here in black is Channel 10 Mount Alutam. This is where I'm not sure who has their transmitters up there, but this is another point where they have transmitters. And this point would not be able to cover Mauricio, for example, because Mauricio would also be blocked by Mount Lamlam and some other of the southern mountains. So this is another point where they have it, where even then it's more southern, but even then still the South can't reach. But that being said, the good news is when we look at actually where the population centers are, so that was something we were being mindful about when we were testing, is we tried to go to where basically the center of every large subdivision or every large population center. And for the most part, most people on the island, I would say under my own guess, like 90% could receive it over the air.
Could.
Yes.
Not necessarily doing it now because
Yes.
most people are not aware that,
You mean people that don't have cable can still get PBS?
yes.
Yes.
But also,
Yeah.
I thought everyone
also
had
if you
cable.
consider, Dededo's population is somewhat closer. It's about 45,000 people. Jigo maybe about 30. So half of the island's people are living in Tamuning, Dededo, Jigo, and that's where our concentrated, our best service is. When you go down south, I would say not even 25% of the island lives down there. So I mean, although it is a lot of red, when you think about our
many
overall
people?
reach, considering the population, I think we're still hitting
Except for Judy.
most of the population, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Central.
So even if we did put a repeater, we have to weigh out, we have to weigh out, the
it
value and
cost-effective?
yeah, is it really? Maybe it might even be better to put something up north so that we can have extended service to the other islands where we know there's another 60,000 people over there. Like better service. So I don't know. We have to think of maybe that's something the board can think about.
Rhoda can, some people.
I know they can reach it, but it's not the best service. Yeah, and it's like it depends on the weather.
Yeah.
Rhoda and Tinian.
Oh yeah, and I should say this was all tested on a sunny day, both on multiple sunny days. So weather could mean that this signal would do great. We don't have a realistic way to estimate
Likely, yeah.
that. Yeah.
You mean you guys literally just drove around the island?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
well,
Drove around the island with the TV in the back,
Plugged into a battery.
plugged into a battery.
Yes, it did.
They should have put that on YouTube, a picture of you guys doing it.
I do think that
That's a great idea.
that is correct. That only about maybe 25-30% of the population lives in the south, but still they live in the south, and,
Yeah.
and this is Guam, and
Yeah.
this is our island, and I think that we should start already making plans to raise this money and take care of our island first. And then once we take care of our island, then we think of reaching out to the other islands. Anyway, that's what
I agree that the South should be, considered equally in terms of our viewer community. It's a big ask. At this point, we've just kind of taken a look at it. I would ask that we kind of just keep it on the back burner, and if some kind of grant funding becomes available, or if we should uncover some mechanism where we can find some sort of funding.
Maybe there's somebody super rich that lives down south. But can those people, like Judy, I guess you're one, on YouTube, like if there's particular shows, they're almost all on YouTube, right?
If
Yeah.
we have internet.
Yes, and just to note, the viewers in the South cannot get us over the air, but they can still receive us through cable or the PBS video app.
Yeah, internet.
So that
We
is
are
an
down
option.
there. It's just we're not down there over the airwaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I like the idea of reaching north to our neighbors. I kind of agree with Mary Flora that we should worry about our own backyard first, but given the logistics of doing that, maybe we just have to wait and see what's going to be the best option. I mean, one thing we need to do is make people aware that there's a broadcast signal out there, because most people don't have a clue and wouldn't have the first idea of how to go about finding it and whether they need an antenna or not. So we really need to understand, I think, more about this before we even decide, which way to take a step. But thank you for the survey. I think that was very important information. It's nice to see that we do have broadcast coverage, and as you said, in the majority of the population. We have some work to do. That's great.
No, I have a question. So it looks like in Anderson base, there is any reception?
So that right there is the tip of Retidian and Retidian Point itself. So this is another one of those situations where
Down below the mountain.
it
But nobody
goes
lives
down the
there.
cliff, and because it goes down the cliff, you can't receive it. So another example of that is actually, if you want to see one that's more central, is Pago Bay. So we tested in Pago Bay, and because of the cliff line here, some of the houses down in the bay can't receive it, but the other side of Pago Bay, because they're not right next to the cliff, can receive it.
But that's all people that don't have cable.
Yes, this would be only count to people who were trying to receive it over the air and not through cable. Yes.
I mean,
And also, you guys were at ground level. I mean,
Yes.
had you been 20 feet higher up, 30 feet higher up, with like on the top of a house with an antenna, you might have a different result.
Yes.
Correct.
But anyway, this information is informative. I think it's valuable. I think it gives us something to consider.
Right.
Great. Any more questions? Anyone? Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome.
Our new trailer, it's arrived safe and sound. It's in the garage. Maybe Sean can give us a little tour after the meeting. We were able to get it from DPW. We were able to get a team from DPW to come and create specialized extension cords and retool the power outlet to simplify and fit the Guam standards. Over the next month or so, we'll be working on getting the trailer outfitted with our broadcast equipment, as well as insured and registered. We've submitted the invoices to DOA for reimbursement, because this is part of our ARP funding. We paid it out we paid for all of the expenses and submit the invoices and then get reimbursed. So our total reimbursement request will be for $97,000. I really quickly explained what DPW was doing here. I don't know for sure. That's why Sean's still here. So Sean will explain what the heck they were doing.
Yeah. So basically, we had the power hookups set for our previous our previous OB van from
Similar
the
to
90s.
that.
And so we just had to retool the hookups inside our garage, in addition to creating the cable so we can connect it. So we hadn't had power into the trailer until just this week, when we finalized that with DPW. So we have power into the trailer now. We started loading in some of the equipment, but it's still going to be a good while until we get everything situated and ready to use.
How do you power the trailer when you're on location?
So it will require us one of the locations we do is UOG. They have a power outlet for us, but just like we did here, we're going to have to retool it because it was designed for the OB van. And now that we have the new trailer, we're going to have to retool it over there. And for other locations, it will have to be generator. But even then, we'll probably, for the most part, rent, unless we're doing a lot, and then we might look to buy a generator.
We can probably just buy a small generator.
Yeah, well, the problem with the generator is it has to be a higher capacity one, because it's operating off 240 volt versus 120 volt of the
I
old
see.
OB.
When we do the parade, can we get a power drop of the appropriate setup?
So I have been talking with John about seeing if we can work with Chamorro Village to get a dedicated power drop for our trailer, especially now that we sort of have a like SOP as far as where we're putting it. We're gonna try and work with Chamorro Village to get something done there.
Good.
In the past, we have been using like DPW will come and drop their giant diesel generator, but it's based on availability, and then sometimes they don't have the staff to drop it like when we want it, so it may sit out in the sun for like 3 or 4 days. So it's at their will, right? So it may be best if we just get our own stuff, or we know the parade is always in Agana, so we can work with Chamorro Village to get that installed too.
Yeah, so historically there was a power connection for us once upon a time, but we stopped using the location near that power connection. So as far as I was talking with John, it should be easy enough for us to get a new drop put in.
Okay.
It's just a matter of willingness of Chamorro Village.
So we'll start working on that now.
Yeah.
Now you're putting all these cameras and all this stuff in, like, are they all like attached to the wall? They're in there all the time, right? Or this is something you keep taking out, bringing it in here. This is just for the trailer.
So some of the equipment, I'm not sure if you remember the half-mil purchase that we did that was grant funded. A good portion of the equipment from that is fixed equipment that was meant for the old OB van that is now transferred into the trailer. There is some equipment that will be flexing between locations, but for the most part, most of the equipment is static in the trailer.
And it's like attached in there. It's
Yes.
ballooted or...
Yeah, we're gonna install it.
So if we were to purchase a generator of our own, does it mean we have to carry it with the trailer?
Yeah.
We
You have to buy a trailer for the
for the trailer.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the generator would be something we could probably like put in the back of a pickup or something. Not a huge generator like the one we used at Liberation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's always better to have your own than depend on somebody else. But if we have to, then
Yeah.
until we can buy the new.
And the things that this trailer is going to be able to do, I mean, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Like, for sure, we're going to be, once we start producing sports, we're going to be the most advanced production team for sports on the island.
Yeah.
For sure, by far. So, I mean, it's pretty exciting stuff. It's just, there is a lot of, it's a big investment for not just us, but, for our other agencies that are helping us get it together. But they see, the work that we're doing, and, like DPW came out and they were willing to help. So, yeah. It's going to just take some time, but once we get it up and running, it's going to be really good.
You
Yeah.
can do like a lot of outdoor sports things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like soccer games and stuff that's really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any sporting
And nobody's
events.
doing full what do you call it? Full length sports, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just doing highlights.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing,
Inside, too.
yeah,
Basketball.
yeah, but not even the whole game. Like we were the first ones to do it with GOG. Like they're just doing highlights. You see the camera guys come, try to get a couple like money shots, and then they leave. So because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of manpower to produce something like that. Whereas you could send one guy to take some news highlights, or you can send a team of 10
Yeah.
to produce the game,
Yeah.
which we are doing.
And with the new automated cameras, it'll help reduce some of the manpower costs as well for us to produce these sports programs.
Does it mean then that we can make some commercials during the time that we are broadcasting the game? And
No commercials. We
No?
can't. No.
No.
We can underwrite it. but
Underwriting.
We cannot have
That's
any.
what she meant.
No call to action, but we can underwrite it. Like your company can,
Brought to you by-
it's brought to you by X company or Y company,
Okay.
but we cannot have any call to action.
car, best.
Can't say, come on down.
No, get this
No,
rate,
wait.
number one.
Well, I
Nothing.
meant something.
Yeah, but we
classy
will.
and nice.
It will help with
Yeah,
revenue.
underwriting brought to you
Yes.
by,
Okay.
Bank
Yeah.
of Guam, or brought to you
Yeah.
by.
Okay, so we have to.
We're working on that.
Our
Yep.
marketing people. Tell
Yes.
them to start.
That's our plan for 25. As soon as we can get the trailer up.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to have the trailer fully built out. It will be ready for Liberation, but before then, I'm still not certain on the timeline because it gets pushed back every now and then by little things. So but for sure, I will have it ready by Liberation.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's like a massive project.
Oh yeah, we'll show you the trailer today. It's empty, but it's so nice. And then maybe the next time you'll see it once everything's installed, and it'll be so much more nicer. Yeah.
While we're on the topic of generators, did our generators, are they still with DHX?
They are not here yet. So they, as far as the vendor, he said that they will be coming at the end of this month. So I need to follow up again. Like they'll arrive this at the end of right after Christmas sometime.
Yeah, we're not really ready for them.
No, we're not. So we need to figure out a storage solution. We had hoped to put it in the garage with the trailer, but you'll see the trailer's taking up the whole garage.
So when they bring the container with the generators, can't they just drop the container on the ground?
I'm hoping so. I'm not
And then-
sure.
then we just leave it in
if
there
We
and-
could keep it or buy the container for now. I don't know how that works, but I can check.
You know, let's not buy it unless we have to.
Rent it?
But if they can leave it there until we need to pull the generators out, they're
Okay.
already housed.
Okay.
You know, we don't have to do anything until we're ready.
Okay.
Unless,
Let me see if there's a fee for that or if they could just leave it and then pick it up when we're ready to remove it.
we do want to be aware that, you know, we have to take them out and test them, and if there's a
Yeah.
deadline that we have to meet in order to do that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, if it's already in a container and they can leave the container, and maybe it's going to cost us a few bucks,
I also
that's an option.
I also saw online that there's some kind of coating that you could spray on that's like a rust coating.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really know. I was going to ask you to ask your brother about that, but
Yeah,
maybe that's something we might want to do for now.
Yeah.
The generator?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking we should also apply that for the trailer as well.
Oh, like a rust-proof kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, there's rust-proof coatings. We just need to look into it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll look at some options. I mean, plan C, I guess, B or C would be to use the vendor's storage at the, I believe it was at CTSI or the, what was
Some
the-
freight forwarder.
someplace, yeah, and store it there in their warehouse for $500 a month. So that could be an option, but
Sure.
we're gonna
Unless
research.
you buy the container itself, they're selling it for 25, and you know they did the footing and everything. 2,500
We
To
can-
include a footing,
with the with the footing.
might be worth looking into.
Yeah.
We'll
The
have to-
gentleman that from the Navy that I had spoken to has been detailed to South Korea, and I haven't heard anything from him since then, so I can't speak to whether or not the Navy might be able to help us with that. So we just need to look for options.
Okay, we'll do that.
Now, this trailer, I know you have here that it's insured.
Yes.
I mean, I just keep
We
thinking
just did the
like
paperwork.
typhoons, you know.
We just did the paperwork to insure it, so.
Pardon me?
We just did the paperwork to insure it, so.
we're gonna register it by tomorrow.
Once, we get that done.
I'm very
it'll-
big on insurance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no,
It
yeah,
is.
all the
I
equipment.
mean, this thing's cost a fortune.
Yeah,
And-
but it's going to be insured with all its, all the equipment is insured,
Yeah.
the actual trailer. We're going to register it. We were just waiting for the insurance, and then once it's registered, it'll be ready to go. But we really just need to outfit it.
Yeah. Insurance is very important. Like health insurance and
Yeah. Yep.
Any
it is.
insurance. They have dog
I
insurance
think
too.
that's it for us. So far.
Okay, very good.
All right.
So you have profit and loss and balance sheet in front of you. If you would please take a moment and just review it, and if you see anything that you would like to bring to notice.
Deposit the ARP. Did you deposit the ARP yet?
No, no.
Okay.
I'll follow up with that. That was just last week. Then he said to process. So give it another week.
Yeah.
Once we get it, you can put it on January.
So it says interest income, so I know we didn't do time certificates, but Is this just regular interest?
That's
on
just
the
regular?
account or what?
Yeah, that's just regular interest.
Hi.
Okay, then I need to grab it for somebody that's trying to redeem it.
Lorraine, the grounds maintenance people cut the grass once a month?
Yes.
Do we have someone from the station who verifies the Barragata Heights?
John does.
Okay.
In my drawer. You need it?
Questions? Comments?
I'm waiting for Lorraine to come back.
Okay.
This is more formatted where I can understand it. So thank you.
Yeah, this is the way that we really see what's going on.
Should the results of the gala, what are they under here?
Oh, they are not here.
That'd probably be a separate,
That was last month. This is,
Well, this is last month, November.
yeah, but we got the results of the gala on the other.
In October?
We met last month for October. The gala was in October, no?
yeah. No, it's November 2nd.
November 2nd.
No, it was in November. It was on All Saints Day.
Okay, so income, contribution, and revenue. Liberation, sponsorship, underwriting 4,000.
Rosemary was just asking if there's a gala figure in this,
Yeah, it
In
was
this
like
report, is
November
there any-
2nd.
It'll be under October's,
Under what?
October's income?
Yeah, but the gala was
November 2nd?
November.
2nd.
Well, we were applying the cash right away.
Yeah.
See, some cash came in, like
Yeah.
the
So additional
sponsorship
deposit.
Oh,
is going to be in
We talked
October.
about it. I remember
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about it last month.
For instance, Liberation here, that was a government of Guam, so it went to
That-
procurement,
when it
and
comes
went to
in.
DOA to get a check, so we're just getting the check now.
Yeah.
oh,
That's why,
So
you
you'll
know, it's
receive-
like hard for us to, you know, we said this, that it's hard for us to like balance cash in and cash out because we don't get the cash like
Yeah.
in a regular, especially with Gov Guam on a regular net 30 or even net 60, net 90.
gotcha.
So most of this on the fundraising is just like the door, whatever we got from the door.
But most of the gala, because most of that was like
Paid
cash,
before,
right?
yeah.
Tickets and stuff. As soon as we receive the payment, we deposit right away.
Yeah,
so you
so
won't
that-
really see a
that's in October.
delay in
Okay.
deposit
Yeah.
for that kind of thing, unless it's a sponsorship from a government, like
Then it comes
then
later.
whenever they process the.
And you'll be seeing another, fundraising, because
Okay.
we haven't received two of it.
All right.
Okay, so the only thing that I am questioning, I mean, overall, seems to me everything is okay. This month, we got negative 17,844, which considering what we are talking that, things come up.
Money
Yeah.
came in like last month.
Probably in
Yeah.
December would be much
Yeah.
less, or it would be, so this is okay. The only thing that I would like you to clarify to me is the net income is a negative 17,844. However, when we go to the balance sheet, it says net income in the very bottom, net income minus 66,250. It's a difference of almost 50,000. Where is this amount? I mean,
Net income?
I don't know.
66.
Yeah. Usually-
Negative 66, 250.05.
Net, because it's the asset minus the liability.
I know, but still, the net income of the
It
profit
shouldn't
and
balance.
loss should equal the net income on the balance sheet.
Not on your net profit, because this is all the way on the year until
But that's for
November.
the month of November.
But the balance sheet is from October, November.
No, as of November 30, 24.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, when you go November, this is just what was received in November. This balance sheet is October and November together.
It says as of November 30.
Yeah, but our fiscal year begins October. So you have October and November in the balance sheet together, adding on.
So this will always be cumulative.
Yes,
I don't
it's
remember.
accumulated.
Where do we have the balance sheet, the profit and loss for October? Because I don't know, I just don't know where this big amount come from.
See, the profit and loss is only for that month. It's not a cumulative.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. But
So-
also the balance sheet is for this month. I
So
thought
the
this
negative
month.
on this profit and loss is revenue minus the expense, the private funds expense.
Yeah,
So that's where, so if you look at the income on the profit in the private funds, and then you minus the payables, right? There's
I don't know, it
Fix.
says here, prior period adjustments of 50,000. I don't know where that comes either.
well, we cleaned up the
adjustments?
books.
The
Yeah,
adjustments
that's
were things
50,000.
like invoices that may have been need to be canceled. They could have been pledge
That was the receivable.
pledges that were not received. Like during our pledge drive, people call in and say, "I pledge $100, $100."
Yeah, the
and then
receiver
we never
went
receive
down.
it. It's still recorded when it's pledged, so it's recorded as an open invoice.
Our receivable last month was over 2 million. Because, we had, for the adjustment, that's why I said I couldn't give you last month's profit and loss. So what we did is we removed the state, the
The
Guam
grant,
State,
State
those
Clearinghouse
2
grant
grants
for
that
the-
we did not receive and then we're not going to receive.
That's the
So
grant for the
that's-
renovation.
So that
Wait,
receivable
I'm
went
getting
down.
confused. When we go to the profit and loss in the income, and in the income is supposed to
Your
be
assets minus-
accounts receivable, right? It's not an expense. So it's here 122,211, and this is for the month of November. Okay, and then we have all the expenses, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to go every place, every single item. I just think it's okay. And then there is a loss of 17,844. That's okay. Now, when looking at the balance sheet as of November 2024, I mean, I don't know. There is a 50,000 balance.
That
minus.
50,809, is that what you're looking at?
No.
Or where?
No.
No, she's minusing the 66 minus the 17.
Yeah, it doesn't
Oh,
match.
66
It
minus
doesn't
17.
match. Yeah.
It's,
The
But
50,000
Why
it's
would-
not gonna match.
yeah, because
this is off
this is this-
some amount.
this is, it says prior year
Okay,
adjustments.
so basically, this 17,000 on the net income, which is actually a loss, is applied right here in the balance sheet where it says net income. Now, if it is minus 66,250 is including
The 17?
loss from the month of October, which right now I don't remember because I don't have it in front of me, I don't know. That may be one thing. Another thing is that these prior period adjustments, 50,809. But still, when you add the 50,000 and the 17,000, it doesn't match.
Oh, the
66.
50,000 is a different thing. That was adjustments that were made that were not collected. So that 50,000 is not. That's different from.
Okay, so the net income minus 66,000 is a loss of 66,250. I don't know where this loss comes
It's a
from.
different period also.
Because this one is 17,000 for November, and here it says 66,000. So that's the only thing that you may like to point out to Jerry, to explain
So
that.
No,
do
it
you
should-
want the
but it
balance
couldn't
sheet
be-
for the same period?
For October, it can't. If you get October,
Like-
if you get October and plus that 17,
Like November 1 to November 30 only.
Yeah, balance sheet
Yes.
as of
It's-
November 30, 24. This one it says for November 24. Maybe this is including,
October,
This is
November.
including October.
okay,
Yeah.
well,
Because
Because in
carry-
our last meeting, we didn't have the balance sheet. We
Yep.
only had profit and loss.
Yeah. And if you look at October's balance sheet, is more than that 66 because there's a lot of adjustments that was done. So your net income there is going to be this. That's why it's low. It's lowered this month because
yeah,
of
I
the
am not questioning that.
yeah.
That the only,
I know what you're saying. Whatever October's net plus this November, is it the 66? That's what you're trying to say, October and November. I probably could check that, but the thing about it is when we did the adjustment in October, it was a lot of adjustments. So that's why I need to go back in October and see what he, maybe I should just print that and see the difference,
so
right? The difference is 17 plus whatever
For the same
in
period-
October.
For the same period.
Yeah, and we'll see if it does match that 66. I think that's what I'm trying to get you there.
So when you, for next month or from going on.
November, December.
When you give us the
December's,
balance sheet, make it for the month.
just for December.
Just say December, for instance, we're doing November now.
Yes.
So it's November 1st to November 30.
30,
or
yes.
31st. And the same with the profit and loss.
Yes, profit and loss is.
Should be for each month.
Yeah, but let me see if we can, because then you're going to say, yeah, Jerry will be here because he has two more
It
adjustments.
can be done. You just tell him to do it.
Yeah,
The only time you do a complete balance sheet is at the end of the year. You can have one whole
yeah, so this is October,
profit
November.
and loss for the whole year and balance sheet for the whole
Yeah.
year whenever the fiscal year ends.
Yeah, so this is November profit and loss is just November. So the balance sheet, you own one for November. Then you're going to see a difference.
Well,
Yeah.
I only know
Because you want to know not even your balance sheet, you want to know from starting October 1st to now, right? What has been accumulated and what has, right, income that was not paid yet because the receivables. So if you're going to get November only, then the receivables it's going to be different.
Okay.
But I'll ask Jerry about that,
Yeah.
about the
See,
66.
the thing is that
Is it
we
prior?
can compare the expenses and the income on the income statement. But when we try to translate this to this, it doesn't match because this includes, according to you, includes October and November.
So you're saying the net,
This is only November.
the net profit should match the profit and loss net income?
Yes. When you go at the end of the balance sheet, where it says net income,
It never
it
does, but
should be the
I can
same
ask
as
him.
the net income provided in the profit and loss.
I can ask him because I never seen that balance. But I'll ask him, he'll be here. Net income.
Probably every time you see Jerry, you're gonna, oh, Mariflor say this, oh, Mariflor.
Yeah, because I never seen.
So Jerry's
in-
gonna say, oh, what, who is?
No, because in every really profit and loss versus this one, I never did see that net income mine is a minus
It has
in
to
the
be.
same balance. So that's why I'm like, okay, I need to check with him because, yeah, it never balance every month.
Well, if you want this too much, then this should be.
Just November 1st to
No, it should
November
be
30th.
Profit and loss, October and November. If you
Yeah.
if you get the profit and loss for October and November,
It should
maybe
match.
it will match.
Okay, let me check with
Yeah,
it.
it's always has to, yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
equals net income.
Is there any other? Do
Profit
you
and
have any
loss.
questions? Anybody else has any questions?
Net income. Balance.
Basically, I can see total assets are 8 million, so this is a very hefty plus. So it's a very hefty amount, and I'm very happy to see this.
Yeah, this is the.
And,
total. It's supposed to always be. It's this one minus this
And
one.
the total equity is 3 million. So basically, we do have about 5 million in debt that we owe, but we also have 3 million in assets. So how,
Also, the debt is also future, like things like employee benefits, so retirement, stuff like that.
That's Guam.
Yes.
now, how much was the value of the assets when you first came over?
Not more than 500,000.
See? So I know.
A few.
But most of
Three.
it is not from the government of Guam, the liability there that's insurance from Guam, which we don't have any income from
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but I'm talking about total assets and the equity.
Oh,
And
yes.
the
Oh, with the
equity is
assets.
That
how
for
much
sure
we
has
are
increased.
worth.
The reason why it increased is because of the
grants
amounts
that
that
we've
we
been
got,
getting, yes.
Grants
all
and
the
the-
equipments that
all the
brand new
equipment, the
equipments.
work in the
Then the
production-
depreciation went down
production
because
work.
we took out old equipments.
Yeah.
So that's why your depreciation is, higher now.
But also the value of the assets too. It's just
Yeah.
the work that we're doing here.
Yes,
It's the
it shows, it shows.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that overall you are doing a great job. And of course, we should strive to continue doing good, if not better.
We'll see with our
But
audit.
I think that one of the reasons why it's doing good also is because we keep an eye on it. Everyone.
Yeah.
And we
We do too.
check some balances
Yeah.
and trying to do our best and
We watch our expense.
We also, I think a lot of it too is as soon as POs are cut, I want them closed. Like I don't like lingering things. And that's how we're able to manage with the small account. We just, we really consider like if things are absolutely needed before we buy anything. We just try to be
and we
fiscally
We
responsible.
spend what is necessary because without it we cannot grow.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's what's needed, not wanted.
Thank you, Mary Flor. We're done, right?
I think so.
Are we done?
business, no business, no all business.
Announcements.
Announcements, we have our luncheon tomorrow
At
at
Island
11 a.m. Island Returns,
Starts at 11.
Christmas.
The
Yeah.
Hilton?
Hilton.
Hilton.
I don't know if I can make it.
Okay.
I'll try, but
If you can.
I have my sister with me. It's okay. What time again? At the Hilton?
11.
Oh, your sister's here from Spain?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's already been here for over a month.
Oh, you should
Oh,
take her.
really?
We're also doing a white elephant. She might have fun.
Yeah.
That's something new that she doesn't know. but-
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay, well, let me ask her and see.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have to leave her alone. Today, I took her to my grandchildren's
Christmas.
Performance.
Oh, just bring her then.
But my daughter is going to take her to her office in the bank.
Oh.
And
Oh.
then when I finish here, I'm going to copy her up.
Oh, I'd like to meet her.
It's just lunch.
Yes.
It's just
She's
lunch.
staying through Christmas?
Huh?
She's staying here through Christmas?
It's going to be here until February 9.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
She doesn't speak English, though.
Has she ever been here before? Oh, see, I'm watching all this Spanish television now. My Spanish
She's
is
been
much
here
better.
many times.
Oh.
But the last time was 6 years ago.
Oh,
Wow.
She came for the christening of my oldest grandson, and she's amazed to the way Guam has changed. I mean, she's like, oh my gosh, all these big buildings, and but the buildings were there, but except for the Subaki and the
Yes.
Tusit and all these hotels.
More on that side of the.
Yeah, but
Right.
she loves.
the beach? Does she go to the beach?
Macy's and
Ross.
Mall and Rose.
They love Ross.
I mean, she's
People
just
love
saying like, oh my gosh, this has changed so much, so many cars, so much traffic. Yeah.
Next meeting?
Do we have a date? Yeah. That's what I'm looking in my calendar. Well, I don't even have a new diary yet.
January 2025 is here already.
It's here. Oh my
23rd?
Find
gosh.
you one of these.
23rd, how does that work for everyone?
I'm sorry, what?
January
23rd.
23rd.
Is it a Thursday?
Yep.
That's a Thursday.
Why would
If
we?
not, there's the 30th that we can use.
So
Yeah.
23rd and 30th as a backup.
23, okay.
Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Very good.
Okay.
Same time?
Same time, 12:30. Right here.
Great,
Or
okay.
12 if you want to eat first.
12:30.
11 a.m. tomorrow at the Hilton for anyone who wants to join the stations.
Do we need to bring a gift?
If you want to participate,
The white elephant, yeah.
what is it,
Okay.
$25?
Yeah, I think it's $30.
30.
Yeah.
$30 limit.
You know, for a good gift, right now 25 is.
Yeah, I still have the chair that I got last
I
year.
didn't do the women's club.
wow.
I mean, I went to the women's club, but I didn't do the white
Appreciate it.
elephant. But you could like take other people's presents or something. That's where they
Yeah.
did it. It was very
Yeah, you
confusing.
do.
Yeah.
Full numbers
Okay,
and
let's do adjourn and then.
Okay, so, shall I make a motion?
Yes, please.
So I make a motion to adjourn?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, yes.
Merry Christmas.
Time is 1:39.
1:39. Yay.